my home. I'm just passing through. My treasures are laid up somewhere beyond the blue. The angels beckon me from the heavens o'erflow. I can't be at home in this world anymore. Oh Lord, you know I have a friend like you. If heaven's not my home, dear Lord, what will I do? The angels beckon me from the heavens open door. I can't feel at home in this world anymore.
I met Charlie, I would say about 4 years ago, and he was sleeping under a bridge. He was born in Texas, but he lived a lot of his life in Oklahoma. His father was an alcoholic, and his father actually died, a homeless man. But I met Charlie. He was very friendly. He would just sit there, and he had his guitar, and he pulled out his guitar, and he started playing music. He sang a gospel song to me. And so I think that's when I knew that Charlie was special, just that he just wanted to interact, and he wanted to share his gift of music with us when we were there. And so we became friends from there. He was a blue-collar guy. He worked in the oil fields, and he also had a roofing company that he owned. He served as a minister at his church. He was a musician. He loved to sing. Charlie actually smoked crack for the first time in 2001. Charlie was feeling depressed because he knew his mom was going to die, and he told me that kind of took over his life, and it destroyed his life. It started to destroy relationships in his family. He lost his wife. They got divorced. He lost healthy relationships with his children. He eventually lost his business. And he told me that he lost the home that he owned, and he actually even sold all of the furniture piece by piece from his home to pay for his addiction to crack. And so after that, he had nothing left.
Today we know that there are thousands of seniors living on the streets. To me, that is just not acceptable.
We know that we have about 3,000 or so people that have taken the coordinated assessment that are waiting for services. Some people have been waiting for a year, 2 years. Some may have just taken it, so their wait has just began. We know that about a third of the individuals that have taken the coordinated assessment are 55 and older, literally homeless, waiting for a service provider to pick them up and assist with housing in Austin alone.
Started working with ECHO to identify more homeless individuals that were not currently our clients, and that led to the expansion of our program and the development of the rapid rehousing for older adults. Well, let's see, where's he headed to? Where are you headed? I'd love to find you a place to live, and you can call call your own, but if you're not ready for that, okay, that's fine. I would like to get your benefits on, okay? I mean, how do you set aside $400 for a deposit? I mean, how do you do that whenever you're only making $750? So with money management services, we're able to, make those decisions. We're able to tap into other resources that individuals, didn't even know that they were eligible for.
Charlie was introduced to family elder care by a lady named Joanne, and I believe she and Dylan Lowry met Charlie on the street. So we finally came in for an appointment to meet Dylan, his caseworker, in the early spring, and we sat down and Dylan explained to us what the process would look like of working with family elder care, how they would assist Charlie in making a budget and setting some goals. The part of family elder care that Charlie had the most trouble with was the representative payee. And what that means is family elder care would actually receive his Social Security check. And so that was actually the part that I was most excited about for Charlie, because He never could manage his money on his own.
We serve as that informal support to ensure through our money management program particularly that their basic needs are met, that they are housed safely, that they have enough money throughout the month to meet their basic needs.
He recognized that this was the missing piece that would help him to be successful in housing.
To us, these problems exist because of a profound catastrophic loss of family. And if the family is the original cell of social life and some type of nuclear bomb has been thrown into the middle of that, whose responsibility does it become? We believe that anthropologically and biblically, no matter what your faith life is that we, the village, we, the community, are responsible for our friends.
We had a wonderful opportunity to go and tour the Community First Village. Dylan and Charlie and I did. He started talking, and the thing that happened with Charlie is there was a shift in his perspective where he started to dream, and he started to envision himself living there. Instead of just focusing on daily survival, he started to envision himself living in housing successfully.
You know, one of those gaps that we identified early on is affordable housing for seniors. And Karen Langley, again, the CEO for 20 years at Family Eldercare, and several board members, and one that comes to mind is Alva Fink.
It's part of our job to see about our older population and that we were provided decent, safe, shelter, houses.
And we were able to do that at a property called Lions Gardens right now. It is a one-of-a-kind operation. I say that because not only did we use some specific funding from HUD, but we also involved the community, private foundations, personal donations to build a community that was more than just a housing unit. And it was good to have the people like Alva to kind of know that, hey, it's more than just, bricks and mortar. It is the community that people will be driven to and live in and be able to survive and thrive.
So it was very difficult for Charlie to wait for housing. He didn't understand why it was taking so long. He had that deadline set in his mind at the end of July, but he expected progress during that point. He expected to have an interview. He would be moving towards housing, and he was very frustrated when that didn't happen. I got a phone call from Joanne, and she said, "Leah, I think Charlie's dead." And she said, "I'm gonna go check and see, I'll get back to you." And so she called me about an hour later, and she had driven to the bridge where Charlie would sleep, and he was there, he had died, and he was face down on the pavement. He was funny, and he brought a lot of light to people's lives, and he cared about people. He didn't just care about me meeting his needs, he cared about my family. He would ask how we were doing. He had come out to our house and taken a shower and played electric guitar with my sons. And so he was just really special. And so I'm sorry that his last day was dying face down on the concrete with nobody around him that loved him.
How much I thank you for your mercy and grace, your love and forgiveness that keeps me in the rain. And back in your presence, back in your arms, where you can protect me and keep me from harm. How much I thank you for your mercy and your grace, your love and protection that keeps me in the rain.
He was almost 70 years old, and I think that's inexcusable that we couldn't find housing for him.
Family Eldercare needs to continue to meet the gap needs. We need to look at the services that are offered. We know that we're well behind on housing. So the focus in the next immediate future, 1 to 3 to 5 years, is going to be finding housing. And whether that means we can develop it, partner with developers, find some sort of collaboration for housing, because we know that if we have housing along with our case management, we are setting our residents and our clients up to thrive.
It's important for us to come together as a community and offer all of who we are. That's our time, talent, and treasure. These are 3 inextricable components. Don't just give one, give all 3, because we need all 3 of those.
So my hope is that we will find a way to provide more affordable housing for people like Charlie.
There are times I still get lonely. I look around, there are friends all around me. When this feeling grips my heart, there's only one thing I can do. Just get along with you, girl. The only